Hey, James from Social Coach here. In this video, I'm going to share with you how Prussian philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, how he beats approach anxiety. Before you go, I don't want to hear some bloody philosopher teaching me this stuff. This is by far and away the greatest piece of life advice, self-help I've heard this year. But first I want to tell you about a story about how something happened to me and I realized how it applies so profoundly to dating. I was doing a residential with some of my favorite clients on quite a famous Southeast Asian party island, and I decided to take the guys for a walk to see sunset, and I see the two hottest girls I've seen this year, maybe in many years, and they're sitting together. Unfortunately, it was just an impossible approach at that time. So anyway, I walked on, kept looking, not much luck. And then, about 10 minutes later, I was back that way. And I walked past, and one of the girls had gone, probably to go to the bar. And there's this one girl sitting on her own. It was a suicide approach, just to give you an idea. She was on one of those sort of beach lounger bean bags. Right beside her was another beach lounger bean bag that was free. And then there was a little 9-inch gap. And then there was, two other people. And there was at least 5 rows, possibly 6 back. And there were families, couples in their 30s and 40s. Not a place you want to be seen getting rejected, but what the hell. So I walked up to her, and as I got closer I realized A, how young she was, B, how impossible this approach was. And I sat down to her on the beanbag beside her, and I was literally, an inch from touching shoulders with her, and there were people right there. And I just sort of said hi, and then asked her how a week was going. Eventually I got something about diving, dug into that, and I got a bit about her travel. She'd been to Zanzibar. And yeah, it was going really well. 5-minute mark, it's going great. And then it's like, she sort of checks herself. And it's like, oh, listen, my sister's gonna be back any minute. So, she really needs her seat. I'm like, no problem. As soon as she gets back, I'll give it straight back to her. So tell me more about Zanzibar. Another minute, it's going good. And then again, she says something. And I go, no problem, blah, blah, blah. Back to an open-ended question. And then another minute or two later, third time, she stops, pauses, looks around, and quite harshly just says, listen, I'm only 18 years old. I think you're a bit too old for me, so that 30 people around me can hear it. How did I handle that moment? I didn't let her sort of reject me in a harsh way. I went, okay, no problem. It was great to meet you, and best of luck with your travels and diving. And left her with a whole bunch of good energy, as I've probably taught you in another video. So I walk off from the most humiliating rejection I've had in at least 5 years, maybe a decade. And I felt great. And the reason I felt great was at least I had a go. I didn't spend the next 2 weeks wondering whether I could have got the hottest girl I've seen this year. As I'm walking away, I paused to reflect on this philosophical nugget. Marcus Aurelius, in his awesome book, it's a war journal called Meditations, talks a lot about this concept. And Friedrich Nietzsche, he talks a lot about it in some of his writings. It's called Amor Fati, I think, Amor Fati. And strictly translated from the Latin, it's love your fate. The best summary of this concept I've come across is this, that one wants nothing to be different, not merely to bear your fate, but to love it. The most profound thing about Amor Fati to me is that just accepting that you can't affect everything that happens to you, you can't affect very much of it, but you can affect your reaction to it. And once you get to a certain age, for me it was probably mid-30s, you realize, and this is a concept from Nietzsche, that the most awful stuff that happens to you is the stuff that makes you the man you are today. Just so many human beings, myself especially, spend so much of our life force, our time and energy, just worrying, complaining, fretting over bad things that happen to us, even though, in many cases we had no control over this happening. Things like how other people treat us, the economy, our boss, the stock market, the weather, you know, complaining about the weather all the time. It's just a huge waste of human energy. And what Nietzsche and Marcus Aurelius are saying is just learn to love everything that happens and focus on what you can hide the thoughts in your mind. Now, how does this concept apply to dating, and particularly you getting over your approach anxiety and getting out there? If you take a view that every time you get rejected, you're going to learn something, which you do. I definitely do every time I get rejected. Almost certainly I've made some sort of mistake. So rather than rejection, oh, this girl doesn't like me, she was mean to me, this hurts, I don't want to do it again. It's like, okay, I go try something, it fails, but I learned something really special out of the experience. Now, this concept assumes you have at least basic skills at, you know, approaching, touch, eye contact, body language, asking open-ended questions, good listening, connecting with the girl, you know, and at least some social intelligence, because, you know, I don't want guys running around doing these crazy pick-up artist approaches, you know, making girls feel uncomfortable taking this mindset. But if you're walking over to girls and approaching them smoothly and confidently and building good conversations, trying to get to know them before you hit on them, then I think this is, you know, an incredible mindset for you to adopt. When I approach and get rejected, it's not painful. I learned something. It's a huge growth opportunity for me. Anyway, I'm thinking about this philosophical concept as I'm walking away from this humiliating rejection in 5 years, if not a decade, and like, so how can I apply Nietzsche to this situation? And then it hit me. I was on a party island. I hadn't shaved for like 2, maybe 3 weeks. And I'm 45 now, and I don't shave. I get a lot of grey hair, which is mixed in with red and black, and it gets pretty shaggy. This sort of thing wasn't attractive to, you know, young girls. So this girl, you know, despite rejecting me, gave me a really, really valuable lesson, and I am almost certain that the remaining approaches I did on that island with my clients were helped by trimming my beard down a bit. So even though I did something, you know, almost suicidal and got rejected, I'm ever so grateful to that smoking hot girl for doing this to me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed learning this concept as much as I did. It's not just dating, it can change your whole life. Stop worrying about shit you can't control and learn to love what the universe or God or your fate delivers you. You can't control it, just get on with the stuff you can control. Please hit like and subscribe. I'll keep making these videos for you. And yeah, just a quick thanks to to Tim Ferriss and his podcast for putting me on to this philosophical gem. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.